Good morning, folks. Here we go for another morning coffee, and it's Friday. That might have been too loud. We'll see later. Sorry if I busted your eardrums. But today is Friday, and I know you're going to have an awesome Friday, because I'm going to have an awesome Friday. Even though that doesn't relegate whether you're going to have one or not. You're going to have one anyway, because I said so, and I nearly got my doggy ear in my coffee. Beep, beep, beep. Keep the heroin in the tips, so no, just kidding. Anyway, morning coffee mug. Remember, the Steam free weekend is this week. Listen to yesterday's to find out what the games were. I'm not going to go over all those again. Yesterday, I had a lot of plans what I wanted to do, but it ended up being like I thought, and it was just like all shaft all day. And I got to figure something out because I'm just not getting enough time to record and edit other stuff. So I feel like my YouTube channel is just suffering succotash. So I got to fix that because I want to put more content on there, and I don't want to just put old stuff up there all the time. It's annoying me. So I'm going to try to finish the Timekeeper today, the Mystery of the Timekeeper. That'll be the finale, the finally. And then I'll edit the shaft, and then hopefully have time to record something else. Some of these games that are free this weekend. We'll just have to see about that, right? So that's pretty much my week, and I'll probably be doing some moving and stuff like that as well, of course. So we'll just have to see about that. Anyway, what else? What happened today? Today, can you guess by the picture? Today in 1931, that guy right there in the picture went to jail. Went to prison. He's going to have to stop dropping the soap because he went to prison. But he probably made some mighty fine jail house moonshine, because that is the notorious Al Capone. That's right, Al Capone went to jail in 1931. He got busted, not on anything to do with his actual beating people and killing tons of people to make sure he could sell his liquor, because back then we outlawed alcohol, and it was a horrible idea. Gangs developed. That's why we have the drug issues we have. Anyway, got him on tax evasion. Sent him to jail on tax evasion for a long time. So that's Al Capone. Al Capone there. Then also our Uber facts of the day. In the original story of Snow White, the evil queen was punished for her crimes by being forced to wear red hot iron shoes and dance until she died. That's some sick, twisted crap right there, if you ask me. Dance until you die, you evil queen. Crazy queen. Go die. No, I mean, I'm not saying you go die. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Well, that pretty much leads us to yours and mine. Oh, wait. Before I go on, I did stop by the studio yesterday. I didn't have time to grab a bunch of stuff, but I was able to get the, oh, wait, what camera? There we go. The download cards. So I'll be sending those out to the winners today after the show, so then we can start giving out more next week. Next week we will give out more cards for some quiz or test or questionnaire of some sort. Something, some hoop that I will make or ask people to jump through. It's all your choice, though. I don't force anything upon anyone. That's not the kind of dude I am. But the kind of dude I am is the kind that reads comments from you. So keep doing it. Keep thumbs up in the videos and then add a comment to the bottom, because then I'll read them and probably answer them at the same time. Yeah? Okay, let's do this. Here we go. First one from our good friend Edwin. Says, I have actively been playing as a DMGM PC for every single pencil, paper, RPG you mentioned. Have you played Shadowrun? And the answer is no. No, it's, I know what it is, though. I mean, I've seen it. It's kind of like a mixture of Dungeons and Dragons and Cyberpunk mixed together, like a futuristic fantasy-based. I never played it. I always just played a Cyberpunk, which is a really cool futuristic one. So, thank you for the question. Master Liam 11 asks, would you or do you let your kids drink coffee? I might let them drink it straight up, straight black coffee. But I think once you add all the other stuff, it's just as bad as for you as a soft drink. And that's one of the things that we've done with our kids. It's kind of an experiment, I guess is what you would call it. We don't let them drink soft drinks. They are water and milk drinkers. Every once in a while, like handful of times in a year, we may get them like a root beer. Like, I know that's still bad for you or whatnot, but like, I grew up drinking soft drinks left and right, and you can see it made the doggy a little plump, so to speak. And I think diet drinks are just as bad for you, so we just made the conscious effort to not give them that. And I know later they'll have the choice to drink it or not, but they love water right now. And my wife hates water. I love water. She's got to drink it with like Crystal Light. But our kids love water, like, and that's great. Like, oh my God, it's like next to free if you get it from the sink. And then it's got a much less bad for you stuff in it than say a soda pop. And coffee, like the regular stuff, is, it's better for you than all the other stuff. Anyway, let's move on. Maxo 11X says, hey, sorry I missed yesterday. It's okay. We all miss things every day. Don't worry about it. You can always rewatch it. I put it in a playlist on the channel at Brick Copeland on YouTube, so no worries. Daily question is, what do you suggest a new Minecraft podcast does to gain a listener base? And there's so many things that you can do to get the base. The first one is the show, right? Make sure it's the best show you can possibly make. And hopefully that will get people talking about it. At the moment, it may be hard to get listeners just because Minecraft is kind of, well, I don't know if it's not dying, but people are kind of, I mean, it's been around so long that people kind of have their mainstays for their different things. They go to these sites, they listen to these podcasts, they go watch these channels. So you may have problems there, but I know some things we did early on was to try to boost the reviews. And this would probably be against their EULA these days, but we had a server, the Shaftlands, where to get on, and still we kind of ask people to do it. Whether they do or not, we can't check up on it, but we asked them to either leave a review or follow us on Twitter to get access to the server. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but we have like 3,000 reviews on the Shaft, like, which is a lot for a podcast. It's hard to get reviews on a podcast. So that's done us well. Also, SEO is very important. For years, we didn't have the word Minecraft in our title, and just I want to say not even a year ago, I was looking at the podcast on iTunes, and there were all these, like, when you look at like Minecraft podcasts, if you search for Minecraft, there were all these podcasts, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, we're the number one on iTunes for Minecraft podcasts for sure, but we weren't on this list if you search for Minecraft podcast. I went back and put the Shaft, like a Minecraft podcast, in the title, and immediately we were the first one on the search list after I changed that. So I think it's a big deal to have that. I think there's different things the search criteria is based on. So if you don't match all those, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And then, talk about it to your friends. Ask your listeners to ask 5 friends. Let's see. JPJ Blaze says, "Oh, you did say my name right." And let's see. Where's the question? Maybe link an audio question for the next. Anyway, please keep doing this, as I enjoy having 20 or so minutes of my afternoons filled. Read more. Thanks again, and I highly anticipate the shows tonight. The Shaft was a bunch of hosts canceled last minute, and then we couldn't get in touch with Eric. Luckily, Mr. Wes Wilson stepped in the last minute, even though he wasn't feeling that well, and got us a guest as well. Soren was a guest, so that should be out on the Shaft this weekend or Monday when I can get to it. Sam McCullough, I wish you got more views. And I do too. We're on the same page there, Sam. Thank you. Era CP says, maybe in ear to set audio. Better today, thanks. So yes, until I get the full equipment I need, I'm going to be trying to test it every day. People live in the chat room are helping me test days, so hopefully it sounds good today. Trey Pop says MMO day sounds cool. I'm going to work on that. You like my new haircut? That was the crazy blue hair yesterday, I believe. Thank you. That was my cheap, dirt cheap store buy. There's a store in town called Dirt Cheap, and they basically get all the stuff that was from stores that like either liquidated or was in a fire or flooded. And so stuff is dirt cheap. Like right now they have all their Halloween stuff there from all these different, failures, and it's like 80% off, like the listed price. So I've been getting like you can see the pumpkin behind me, 30 cents for that bad boy. And some other Halloween stuff like 20 cents a piece, and you're like, oh man, I can decorate my whole house for this. Anyway, I got my hats. Like this hat, like if it was a Spirit Hut, right, it'd be $100, and I got it for $4. I don't know, was that worth it? Daniel Werner says, and it's he actually says that's in the post. Says, Don't Starve is bloody fantastic. You should definitely give that a go. I'd love to see a playthrough of it, and I may try that this weekend. I've never played it, not one day, so could be interesting. Could be good stuff. Pendog says, it's Friday! That's about all there is to say. Have a great one. So thank you for the comment. You have a great Friday too, Pendog. Mark Simpson. Not Simpson, but Simpson. Sims on. Mark Sims on. Simonson. Okay, enough with the name. Any chance you could add a black mug with the Morning Coffee logo to your spreadshirt? I'd definitely grab one of those. I will check. I don't know if I didn't notice any black mugs, but I would definitely put one up there if they have it. Also ask, have you considered doing a UHC or a UHC like series? It'd be really fun to watch. Stay awesome. Like me just doing it by myself, just vanilla ultra hardcore. I could do that. I mean, I'd like to do kind of like like how Minecraft does it with multiple peoples. Like that seems maybe more fun, but I don't know. Doing an ultra hardcore and seeing how long I could survive might be cool. So yeah, I'll look into that. Super Mastodon. Another question out of curiosity. What's the very first game you ever played online? Is it that old of a game that we might not know what it is? That's a good question. It really depends on what you consider online, because this is how old I am. Is early on, before there was the global internet that we used for getting online. We would use these things called BBSs, bulletin boards, and it was online, but it was local because you had to actually dial in with your modem, and you didn't want to be calling, because back then if you called like long distance, it's not like it is now with cell phones where when you call long distance now it's basically free, right? It's just minutes. Back then you actually paid like ungodly amounts of money to, like if I was calling California, it'd probably be like $1 a minute or something crazy. I mean, I remember getting phone bills that were like $600 when I had stupid roommates that didn't pay attention to, or left the phone off the hook when they called. So, I mean, there was really just crazy phone bills because of that BS. And so anyway, that kept these BBSs fairly local. Like you weren't calling out of town to a BBS. And so I'd call in, and they had games like Corandia, and this is all text-based. There was no graphics. It was all ASCII character-based if it was kind of graphical. But Corandia was one that was a fantasy-based, and you could go in, and it was online, so other people could be in there too, and they'd try to shoot magic missiles at you, things like that. We'd play poker in the chat room. Also, there was a good one called Galactic Empire, I believe, where you were spaceships and you tried to capture planets. Trade Wars was a big one back then. And then after that, like my first real online game was probably Team Fortress, the first one. We actually had a clan that we would meet each week, and we were in the Iron Fist Gaming League, I believe it was called, and we would play against another team, and you would get points and go up or down in the league. And so that was kind of the first online where we were playing with people all over the world. And then after that, played a little bit of UO, and then played a lot of EverQuest. That was like my first big, like, I played it every night for 5 years. EverQuest. First true MMO. There are some other crappy ones, but I also played a MUD on AOL when AOL was like how I connected to the internet. There's one called not Terraria. It was what was it? It started with a T. If that helps you. One of the guys who did Warhammer Online actually helped build it. Let's see, Diori. I'm gonna find this. I'm searching for it. Mud. Diori was the main god in it, and you had Zur. Zur was a god. Mud. Will that find it? Will that be enough? No. Try. I want to know the name of it. Dargda. Or was it Dagda? Dagda? Is that the god? Legends of Terrace. Look at that. Oh, that's not good. So apparently Legends of Terrace maybe no more. It's a paid MUD. Like, no wonder it's not there anymore. Like, You serious? Yeah, look at that. They may be gone. It was on AOL, so it was a text-based fantasy game that you actually paid for. Like, originally it was like basically free if you had AOL because it just kind of came packaged in with AOL. But then AOL changed their thing where they started charging per hour for a lot of their premium games, and this is one of them. So all of a sudden they were charging like $6 an hour for this game. Anyway, it's crazy stuff. Crazy old stuff. Now you make me feel old. But that's okay. Thanks, Mastodon. And last but not least, Patty Caker 1508. Yo, Brett. You do any? Okay, let me start this. Hey, yo, Brent, you do any live streams? I think Morning Coffee would be great live stream, in my opinion. BS. Really? I don't really know what that means, but yeah, we're live streaming right now. I'm starting to live stream Morning Coffee every morning, so come on by. Think I'm going to start trying to live stream every day. Thinking about doing some more podcasts, even just solo. But we'll have to see. But that's about it. So thanks, everyone. Y'all have an incredible weekend, and I will see you on Monday, and we will make that week like the best week. The next week was just going to be an awesome week. I'm calling it right now. Let's come back Monday, and I'll talk to y'all then. Bye, everyone.